Hi guys, this is a video response to Shutters and Triggers epic 500 subscribers giveaway, and there are 4 elements to this, and the first element is my current everyday carry. This is not it. This is not anything that we're allowed to carry here in California. It's lovely though, and I did pull it out of the stone, so there you go. My current everyday carry includes 2 things. This, which is a Gerber MultiTool, and I really like this thing. If I can get it on the video camera here. All the tools are inside the handles, so that when you use the pliers, which I do fairly often, it doesn't, do bad things to your hands, and that's why I like the Gerber over the Leatherman. I've broken several Leathermans, so it's not that I haven't ever owned one before. And I wouldn't even have this Gerber if I hadn't broken the last multi-tool I had, which was this one. And this was made by Buck Tool briefly, and it was cool. I mean, it folded out like this, but what happened was all the joints kind of got real loose and sloppy, and it's not usable anymore because it kind of just collapses when you try to use the pliers. It's just floppy, and so it's not good. So I had to stop. I kept it though, obviously, but I couldn't use it anymore, so I just keep it around for apparently sentimental value. So there's that. The other everyday carry item I have is not a high-end knife. It's it's probably not even a very good knife, but it holds an edge. It operates really easily. It's very simple to use. It's got a little sliding lock thing, and it locks closed, which I like because I've had them come open and hurt me in my pocket, and it opens really easily. It's got there's no spring. There's no spring at all in this thing. So it just opens by this little, there, can you see it? There it is. This little finger, like a gear sort of looking thing. Anyway, you just flick it like that, so that's it. Pops right open. Real easy, and I like it, and it's got it's got a little lanyard thing on it here, and like I say, it locks open and closed. It's got a belt clip on it. Issues with the belt clip, yes. The screws weren't right, and then they didn't work right, and they stripped out. So I actually replaced the screws and ground the heads off of them and sealed them in with Loctite, and now it works okay. But I actually had to do a little work on it. So, but this is a nice. I like carrying this. So those 2 things are my everyday carry. The next issue we were going to talk about, or supposed to talk about, is collecting. And when did I start collecting? And I don't know. I mean, I have this that I got, gosh, I don't know when I was working in Colorado at a summer camp as a little camp counselor for some kids, and it's just a cheap ass little pocket thing. It's a tiny little hunting knife, and it's kind of cute, and I've hung on to it, so I don't know if I'm not sure that what I do is collecting, but I have a lot of knives. So I have that. It's probably the oldest thing I have. I'm rather fond of this. This is just, your basic old-timer, carve up wood, cut string, that sort of thing, pocket knife, and I'm rather fond of that as well, and it's another one of the I've had a long time. Then I have things that people gave me. My mother sent me this. It's not a, it takes 2 hands to open it, and it's a decorative thing. So anyway, that's what it is. It's decorative. So there you go. Decorative knife, not very useful. Here's another decorative knife that somebody else gave me. Maybe my mother, maybe I sent some money to some organization, and this is a, it's only tokenly a knife. you know, got a big eagle head on it, and it has a blade, but it's nothing you can carry, and I'm sure it would break anytime the first time you tried to use it, but it's pretty. And then I like, this is one of my favorites. This one is fun. It's huge, and it's I like it. You know, it's just a big, ugly Taiwanese giant knife that I got from the NRA for sending them some money, and it's you know, when you want to carry a giant heavy knife that you can probably, you know, I actually have used it as a hammer. This is the one, because you know, you don't really care if you break it, and you don't care if you destroy it. So you know, it's good for that. It weighs a ton. It takes a lot of space in your pocket, but it's, you know, it's kind of comforting to have a giant heavy knife in your pocket. And then I have, this is a limited edition 1995 first production run Gerber, and I kind of like this one. I carry this one fairly often, but the problem with Gerbers, I mean, it opens nice and it works really well. The problem with Gerbers is the steel is so hard on these things that if you ever take the edge off of it, it's almost impossible to put it back on, but at least not without a whole lot of work. And so, you know, I tend not to use them as much as the ones that are a little easier to sharpen. So there's that. And this is a completely useless little thing, and I've actually cut myself on this because there's, you know, the edge of this part of it, the blade itself starts right there, and yeah, your hand just slides right up there anytime you try to use it. So that's a dangerous knife. And then this is a money clip knife. This is Gerber. I have a lot of Gerber stuff for some reason, maybe because they're so hard to sharpen. But anyway, I have this little Gerber money clip knife that you know, it has a little lock on it and everything. It's kind of cute. I enjoy playing with that. And this knife my brother gave me. This is a giveaway knife that he got at a trade show, and it has, you know, about, you know, 25 different tools that I'm sure would break as soon as you tried to use them. And then I have these two things. These I got ordering from I think probably cheaper than dirt, and it's just a little neck knife thingy here, you know, hang there. It has a plastic sheath and has a scorpion, as you can see there, and that's always very nice. Scorpions are always very good. And so I have two of those, and I tried to wear it around my neck once, and it flops around and bangs on your chest so much that it's really not that much fun. And then of course I have this one I've had for quite some time, and this is probably the third oldest thing I've got. And I bought this when I was back in Colorado to, you know, to use for deer hunting, cutting meat, that sort of thing, and it works really. Another Gerber. It works really well for that. Has a great handle, you know. I mean, if I see, nice handle. Has a great handle. It's got little finger grooves in it. I don't even think they make this one anymore, but it's nice. It came with a great sheath, you know. It's all form-fitted and stuff. And God, I probably paid way too much for it. And you saw this one already, you know. This is another Gerber. So there you go. And then I've got some interesting ones. This one, I believe, came from the Philippines. I got it from my father, and I made the sheath for it because there wasn't one. And it's a real interesting shape, and it has a kind of a bone handle, and I don't know what this other material is. Probably wood, possibly, but bone and wood, and it's you know, it's got a like a rivet thingy on the end that somebody's pounded on, and it's, you know, it's got a real, this is a real thin kind of guard here, but it's a real interesting shape. And I blued it. It was, you know, it was steel and rusty when I got it, and I put gun bluing on it just because I had some and it kept it from rusting any further. And then I've got this, which I really like. This is the oldest knife I own. This is an actual Sykes Fairburn or Fairburn Sykes fighting knife from World War II, and this is actually the real deal here. I don't know who owned this or what happened to it, and the sheath has gotten kind of destroyed over the years. Not by me. I got it this way, but it's heavy. I'm really fond of it. It's a nice piece of World War II history, and I don't, it's really heavy, and I'm sure it works really well, but I'm not really going to go out and ambush anybody with this thing in the in the course of combat or anything anymore. But there you go. It's a nice piece of history. And then this, which is actually too long for the camera lens or the shot I've got here, the framing. This I discovered online recently, and I thought it was like an Enfield bayonet, but this is actually a World War II or earlier Mauser bayonet, and it actually works. It's got a little spring-loaded clip thing here, that you can it clipped onto the rifle, and I find it interesting that I get it the right orientation here, that when you attach it to the rifle, obviously it would have to hang underneath, and the blade is then facing upwards. So I'm not sure, I guess you stab and lift perhaps when you're killing people with a bayonet. I don't know. Anyway, so there you have the bayonet, and that's pretty much it. And then finally, I'm supposed to give a channel shout out, and I kind of like, I don't know if you know her, but I kind of like Kyla Cummings, and that's Kaila Cumings, and she does lots of nice little knife videos, and she's a lot of fun to watch. So you might want to check her out if you don't already know her. And I guess that's about it. It was probably fairly long-winded and overly chatty, but what the heck. Hope you enjoyed it, and keep the videos coming. I really like the Shutters and Triggers channel. Thanks.